Hey guys, welcome to the exercise. We're finally going to make some music, and in this one I want to just make a really simple melody. So what's going to happen is I'm going to explain the exercise to you, and then I'm going to do it myself, and then I want you guys to go on your own and do it within your own DAW. And by the end of this, you should have a really nice simple melody. So the first step is to pick a tempo. For mainstream music, anywhere from 80 to 160 is a pretty safe bet. So I'll do somewhere in the middle. Let's make like a 120. And then pick out your favorite instrument. For simplicity, I'm going to go for a nice sounding piano patch on Keyscape. This is what always sounds nice. We have our tempo and we have our sound now. So the next thing we're going to do is pick a scale. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to pick a random note, F sharp. Now we can either choose between minor or major. I think it'd be fun to make something dark right now. So let's make it a minor scale. I know when beginners make melodies, they like to put in scale highlights, and that's pretty much just, creating a little grid for you guys to look at. We can copy this and put it into an empty channel, and we can mute it so we don't actually hear it, but we can actually see the guideline here. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I want you guys to start your melody at the root note. This is just a really safe bet when you want to make a nice clean melody. So now we're going to start creating the melody, and I really want you guys to use your ear. So I'm going to have the metronome play. I want to hear this first note, and I want to see where my ear takes me. Because at the end of the day, I want the melody to sound good, and I want it to sound catchy. You can know all the theory in the world, but if your melody doesn't sound good, there's really no point. Don't use music theory as like this holy Bible that you have to abide by. Just use it as a guideline to help push you in the direction you want to go. I have the metronome going. I'm going to let the note play, and I'm pretty much going to depend on my ear to auto-fill this melody. And all I have to do is kind of take what's in my head and put it into the DAW. This technique is called audiation. It's a little bit hard to get at the beginning, but once you keep going, it gets a lot easier. Especially if you're doing ear training, like for intervals, you get really accustomed to how things sound. Okay, so that was a lot of talking. Let's get into it. Da, da. So I hear the melody going like that. It's kind of half notes. Da, da, da. And that's where I hear it. Da, 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 da. And I'm just drawing out exactly what I hear. I hear 8 notes. Da, 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 da. Everything is still within the scale. Da, da, da. Boom, 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 boom. So I kind of hear similar pattern to this, except there's just that change in rhythm there. It's gonna go back to that. And then ba, ba, da, ba. I think it'd be nice to kind of bring it back up to that F sharp. So let's do some 8th notes. For this section, I wanted to go back up to the F sharp. I don't even have to really know exactly what notes. I can just kind of follow the scale. There's a couple notes in between this F sharp here and this C sharp, so let's just fill that in. Oh, I like that better. Yeah, I like the rhythm. I thought the notes down here were better. Once again, we're just using notes within the scale. And now we have a nice 4-bar melody. So this is my simple dark melody, and I think it's pretty good, with the right sound selection and the right drums. I can hear this over a nice beat. So now I want you guys to do this within your own DAW. So pick a tempo, pick a sound, pick a scale, start your melody on the root note, let the metronome play so you get a feel for the rhythm, and let your ear take care of the rest. Don't worry about the chords for now. We're gonna get into that later in the chorus. Right now, I just want you to focus on creating a really simple melody. Also, if you want, make multiple melodies with this technique. You can use the major scale, you can use the minor scale. There's a ton of different tempos that you can try out. If it doesn't sound great on the first take, keep trying. Maybe move a couple notes, maybe change the rhythm a bit. I learned a lot of music theory, and at the end of the day, there's just something so satisfying with coming up with a really simple, catchy melody. Especially hip-hop beats nowadays are just really simple. It's usually just some cool drums and a single melody line like this. So if you guys get this technique down, you're gonna be set for a while.